Hey guys, welcome to another Create a Sim video in The Sims 4. So today I am doing a 70s inspired Create a Sim. And how this even came about was I was playing The Sims with my friend and we were making Sims, all that fun jazz. And I decided to go ahead and record mine because I love to make content, hee hee. But I didn't know what I was doing with her whatsoever. I ended up coming across some glasses and then finally I switched her hair. And boom, a 70s inspired Kaz was born. And then after I was finished making her, I was like, okay, one more sim, gotta do it. Middle of making her, I was like, okay, one more sim, gotta do it. And I ended up making this fantastic trio of sims here, and I'm obsessed with them so much. So say hello to Angela. I don't know her last name. Oh, it's Brown. Yeah, Brown. Angela Brown, welcome to the stage. Please, thank you, Angela Brown. I'm obsessed with her. I love her so much. I love her hair. And I love her fit. I love the color that all of these Sims have. It is so good. Just the bright, fun colors and patterns. And I'm literally obsessed with it. I don't know what to even tell you all. But I had so much fun with this Kaz. And actually, my friend ended up coming up with the idea that I do like a decades kind of thing. So this is the first, I guess, video, a part of a Create a Sim series where I do decades. So I did this one, the 70s inspired one. And I think that I want to do maybe 80s next and go 70s, 80s, 90s because other decades scare me. 70s, 80s, and 90s I feel like I can pull off because they're like some of the most iconic decades. But then like the 40s are iconic, the 20s are iconic, but I feel like custom content for that stuff like scares me. So I don't know, but I would really like to do it. It's just out of my comfort zone, but I guess that's why I should do it because I really want to step out of my comfort zone with my Sims, not just with like the, I guess, aesthetics that they have and with the whole decades thing, but I want to step out of my comfort zone even just making my Sims with their faces and their bodies and everything because I don't ever, I'm just kind of in a rut. Like all my Sims look very similar. I like what I like and I go for the same things and I want to stop doing that. I tried to do it with this Create a Sim and it just didn't work out. I mean, they all have, you know, various like faces and they all are a little bit different, but they're all also very similar because I gravitate towards the same things, the same kind of noses. And even if, when I try and do something different, I've realized that I'll try and do that different thing for all of the Sims, so then all of them still end up looking the same, if that makes sense. So like their noses are different, but they're also similar. I can tell how similar they are in like the photos and stuff and like when they're side by side. So I don't know. I really don't know. They are different, but they're also a little bit similar. So I don't know. I really want to fix my Sim style. Not fix it, but just update it and really find my own style because right now I feel like it's like a hodgepodge and a mix and match of different Sim styles and I'm in a rut with it. So I really want to get better at making Sims and definitely upgrade when it comes to my Sim style and all that stuff. But this is the hair, this gorgeous freaking afro. I'm obsessed. And I did go for a cheetah print like headscarf for a minute because when I saw that I was like, yes ma'am. But that's more, I feel like 80s. The whole like cheetah leopard print thing might be a little bit more 80s. So I'm glad I didn't go for it. Well, actually no, it is kind of 70s, isn't it? I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. But I was gonna go for that, but I ended up changing it into more of like a fun color kind of thing because it was too much with the, actually it didn't work with the top because I ended up going with a blue top, so it just didn't really go anymore. If I went with that top right there, which I did like, then I would have, or well, it would have worked, but I decided to change it and I think I like this a little bit more. It's a little bit more like artsy and whatever because that's kind of who Angela is. She's a more artsy, very hippie-esque like kind of Sim. Not really hippie-esque because I would say that Heather is definitely more hippie than Angela, but Angela's like, she loves to paint, she loves art, music, all that kind of stuff. Not really like a flower child. The flower child is more so Heather than anyone, but she has like feather earrings, she has like sandals on, she's very like loose, flowy, which I mean, so is Angela pretty much. But you'll see what I mean whenever we get to Heather and we finish her up because Heather goes through a lot of changes. Like it's kind of disgusting how much I changed her because I just wasn't happy with her. She had like 4 different looks the entire Create a Sim. I spend like 10 minutes, no, not 10 minutes. I would say maybe like, yeah, 5 minutes of this creative sim is just Miss Heather. But Angela's finished now, and I love her look. I love the color, and her top is actually a not like a remake, but it's a separated piece from one of the paranormal stuff full body outfits, because that stuff pack is very 70s like inspired and themed. So I love that top with a passion. But here's Miss Heather. So originally I go for more of a like I had this vision of having like a gorgeous Latina woman, and it didn't end up that way, I don't think. It didn't work, and then I ended up with going and was like, oh, a redhead. I would love a good redhead. So I end up changing her up, and I make her into a like more pale Irish redhead. And then I'm not feeling that either because I can't find a good outfit. I wanted to go with a jumpsuit because you'll see that I'm looking through different jumpsuits, different colors, stuff like that. But I wanted to go with a jumpsuit because there was one picture that I saw on Pinterest of this woman. She had this, I think it was an orange jumpsuit, and she had an ascot. I looked for ascot details or accessories. I couldn't find any ones that really spoke to me that much because when I think ascot, I kind of think of like Daphne Blake sorta. But I just wasn't feeling the ascots that I was finding when it came to like SimCC and stuff. So there's one that I do want to go and download because I found it after this creative sim, but I just couldn't find anything good for the look. I couldn't find a good jumpsuit that matched the one that I saw in the photo for the inspiration. So I changed that, but I mean, she ends up being gorgeous. I mean, even here right now, she's gorgeous. She looks a lot like Janelle from my Island Challenge series. If you don't watch that, hi, I button in the right hand corner. I won't ever remember to do that, but go watch it if you haven't already. I'm only on, can I speak? I'm only on episode 2. I wanted to get episode 2 out so long ago. I started editing it probably like 2 weeks ago, and I just never finished it because I didn't want to. Like, when I tell you I love recording, when I can muster up the courage to do it, because sometimes I'm just like defeated and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this right now. I mean, even today I was like, I don't know that I can record. I don't know if I can. But I ended up doing it, and I'm doing it now. Granted, I've tried to do this voiceover 4 times now, and it's failed halfway through, so that's fun and fresh, but I'm making progress. So anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the little creative simi here, because I'm going to go off track like I have the previous 3 times. So this is one of the looks that, well, the other look that Miss Heather gets, because if you don't know, the inspiration behind her name even was whenever I made her a redhead, because my mom is a redhead, and her name's Heather. Hi, mommy. I know you're not watching this, but she's a redhead, freckles, everything. And so, yeah, she's kind of like a little bit of an inspiration to this. And in children born in the 70s, Heather was a very popular name because my madre was born in the 70s, 1976. So, yeah, she was a little bit of the inspiration behind this simi right here. Well, after I changed her the first time, because she ends up not looking anything like my mother after she goes through her next transformation. All right, well, is it her next one? It's not her next one. No, it's not. She goes through another transformation back into a little bit like a darker skinned woman with blonde hair, because this hair right here, the thumbnail for the hair, is a darker woman but with blonde hair, and I loved it. For some reason, it gave me freaking Stevie Nicks but black. I don't know, but that's just what I got. I think that might have been what they were going for. I don't know, but I was obsessed. I loved it so freaking much, so I ended up going with that. And this is the final outfit though. These pants, which are actually from a Bratz CC pack, which is like a 90s thing, but or was it 80s? I think it's 90s. But I love it. I love it. I think it kind of works. If it was a little bit more, I mean, it works. It works. Once the whole look is together, you all will see how it works. The top especially is what works the most. I feel like it's very, very 70s to me. I'm obsessed with that. I think it's so freaking cute. Well, however, one thing I don't really know, I don't know 60s and 70s. I really don't. Like, what's the difference? Because, well, I know the difference. 60s is more like flower child, like movement of love, whatever, that whole thing. But then 70s the color of the 60s kind of carries over to the 70s. So I don't know. I really don't know. But 70s is a little bit more like retro, like, well, it's disco. It's disco. The 60s wasn't really disco. But anyway, I don't know decades very well because I think in my last Creative Sim, it was my CC makeover one and it was bad. I think I said 80s grunge when I meant 90s grunge. I don't know. Anyway, hi, Creative Simmy, back again. Here we go. Here's Lila. She look busted right now, but this hair. Oh, this hair. It's that classic 70s retro white woman blowout hair, and I love it. But let me go and get you on something here, girlies. A little bit ago, which is actually what inspired the whole, like, me being obsessed with 70s looks. It came a little bit before this Creative Sim. There was this thing going around on TikTok and Twitter where people of color would do this hairstyle and they looked flawless. They were working it. They were gorgeous and stunning and I was obsessed. But I had to go with like a classic kind of like I feel like Lila's a little bit of a bitchy person, so I had definitely had to go with a Lori Foreman kind of sim here. Outfit, not so much Lori, but 122% very much so Lori with the hair and everything. So I'm obsessed with her. I love her. I think she is stunning in every single way possible, just like the other two. But the only reason why I like her even is the hair. That's literally it. Her hair is the only reason why I love her. The blonde hair and the hairstyle. That's the only reason why I'm obsessed with her as much as I am. It's the hair. Oh, I can't get over it. It's so good. Also, I do want to go and say that hopefully I will have a CC post on my Tumblr. The link will be down in the description down below. But I'll have a CC post on my Tumblr where I link all the CC because I've only done their everyday outfits, so they should be good to go, hopefully. But I also want to say really fast that the whole 70s thing might carry over into my homegirl, Miss Saffron Berry from my Not So Berry challenge. Ever since I put this outfit on Lila, I've been obsessed with yellow and 70s. So I think that I might go for a 70s inspired look when it comes to when it comes to Saffron in her house. So let me know what you all think about that, the whole like 70s look when it comes to NSB for Yellow Gen. But yeah, that was finally Miss Heather's final transformation. But here's some screenshots. Thank you all so much for watching. I will have the CC links on my Tumblr, so go check it out. And we'll see you all in the very next video. So goodbye everyone!